What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne and you're watching TaiwanPlus. 5 people have died from dengue fever in Taiwan over the past week. The Centers for Disease Control says over 2,500 cases were recorded nationwide in that time. That brings the total from this year's outbreak to over 15,000 cases with 25 deaths. The vast majority of cases have been in the southern city of Tainan. The city is set to host this year's national games later this month. Tainan Mayor Huang Weizhe says the outbreak will be under control by then. Officials and foreign dignitaries are meeting in Taipei for the annual Yushan Forum. The conference is designed to build economic security in the Indo-Pacific, and as Rick Gawa reports, it's an opportunity for Taiwan to strengthen relationships in the region.
This is the 7th annual Yushan Forum here in Taipei, a Taiwan-led regional dialogue aimed at tackling economic security in the Indo-Pacific. Taiwan has gathered people and officials from India, Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, and the opening remarks were delivered by former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. He touted Taiwan's role it can play in this region.
Taiwan's future is uniquely central to global peace and security, and we all understand that that future is under constant threat.
Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen was also at the forum's opening. She said Taiwan's ties with the Indo-Pacific were stronger than ever.
We are sending a message to the world that in the face of mounting threats of authoritarianism and climate change, as well as a global restructuring of supply chain, Taiwan is a secure and reliable partner. Through testing times, Taiwan has stood firm, and we will continue to contribute to the peace and prosperity around the world.
This forum is a core part of Taiwan's new southbound policy, a plan by the Thai administration to foster ties in the Asia-Pacific and reduce economic reliance on China. Under pressure from China, Taiwan is denied access to many international organizations. That means events like these are crucial for Taiwan to foster ties in the region and to have its voice and its vision heard on the world stage. John Su and Rick Lowett in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
The International Monetary Fund says Taiwan's GDP will only grow by 0.8% this year. The UN agency had earlier predicted 2.1% growth. It made a revision after accounting for a larger global slowdown caused by lingering effects from the pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The IMF also forecast inflation in Taiwan to stand at 2.1% for the year. That's much lower than the predicted global average of 6.9%. Delivery riders have gathered at the legislature in Taipei to protest their pay going down.
2单40块，我们就跑下去。这3年之间，大概已经超过10次了，完全没有申诉管道。
Couriers are calling for greater transparency after delivery service Uber Eats cut their pay without notice. In 2019, riders would earn around $2 for a delivery, but that has since dropped to about $1. Around 140,000 people work as delivery riders in Taiwan. Women in Taipei are worried for their safety after another case of sexual harassment on the city's metro. One NGO says that incidents like this show that not enough is being done to protect women in public places. John Ventriez has this report.
It's a case that has shocked, but not surprised, many in Taiwan. Police are looking for a man who allegedly exposed himself near 2 female students on the Taipei metro while taking photos of the scene. But the victims weren't the ones to come forward. Instead, it was a nearby witness who felt compelled to write about what she saw on a popular web forum. She says she typed a message on her phone warning the young women what was happening.
经联络当事人，其表示无法前往观看影像及指认这名涉案男子，且不愿提出性骚扰申诉告诉。
The police are working to identify the perpetrator, but this is far from an isolated incident. 2 similar cases have been reported as having taken place on the metro this year, as well as more than 20 cases of sexual harassment. Incidents like these caught on security cameras. And those are just the cases that are reported. As the latest incident shows, not all victims are prepared to come forward. Taipei's metro is filled with cameras, patrolling staff, and intercom buttons. There are sections of platform with added patrols and extra surveillance at night, so-called safe waiting areas for women. The bathrooms are even equipped with devices designed to detect people taking secret photos or videos. But some women still feel unsafe, both in the metro and in public more generally. Some women's rights activists say they feel it's time for victims and fellow passengers to take matters into their own hands.
不管是当事人，或者是说这个重要他人收证，然后让他进入司法，让他知道这个后果。
But while some agree women should practice reacting to harassment so they can protect themselves, they also feel the metro company and police could and should be doing more. And that male passengers also have a responsibility to act when they see harassment.
现在这几年有开始做这个所谓的妇幼车厢，或者是这个夜间的这个女性的这个停等的空间哦。联合国有个口号说得很清楚，他说这个性骚扰不是女人的事啊。那所以在车厢里面，如果说今天男性能够更积极的去提供相关的协助，好，那是大家一起来。
The Taipei Metro carries close to 2 million passengers every day, and women say it's time to start taking their safety more seriously. Justin Wu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Farmers in Taiwan's southern county of Yunlin say last week's typhoon has cost them more than $7 million in losses. Typhoon Koinu damaged over 5,000 hectares of farmland in the county, destroying crops including peanuts, corn, and leaf vegetables. Farmers are waiting for authorities to assess the damage and provide subsidies for replanting. A university in a scenic part of eastern Taiwan is converting one of its assembly halls into a hotel. National Donghua University in Hualien County has the largest campus of any university in the country, but it's located in a remote area with few places for visiting academics or students' parents to stay. Now the school has successfully applied for a hotel license, meaning regular tourists will be able to stay there too.
希望经营层能代表我们东华，能代表我们花莲，好，是一个高级的一个代表，希望成为一个地标。
Also in eastern Taiwan, a festival is using a natural material to help a community grow together. Laura Stewart has the story.
On their own, these reeds are unspectacular, but together they become something special. These woven creations form installations at the Yushui River Hualien Art Festival on Taiwan's east coast. With this year's theme of reeds, the event hopes to showcase the local environment and promote sustainability in art.
采当地所有的材料去制造，创作这个作品，然后就像芦苇它扎根在地，保育富裕大地的时候，所有的生态体那个生态都可以在这里富裕，然后在这边重生，然后不断的成长这样子。
Based in the township of Yunlin, the festival is next to the Yushui River, where reeds help to hold the riverbank in place. Areas where reeds grow along the banks were left untouched after a recent typhoon did damage to other sections of the river.
它的水土保持能力非常强，所以它的地下茎已经把这块土都抓稳了。所以即使你看它上面被冲刷全部都倒伏了，但是它一样没有被冲走。
And while the artists use reeds to create, they're also restoring and protecting the riverbanks. Organizer Wen Lijun, who belongs to Taiwan's indigenous Sejik people, started the festival after launching a reading group for local indigenous children. She says she hopes the festival can be a venue that brings locals together and attracts more visitors.
其实我们玉里每个地方都非常有特色，不过呢，我就发现玉里都各做各的，就是玉里镇自己本身要先有个凝聚力。
By combining art and the local natural environment, Yunlin's artists are sharing their knowledge of the earth while providing a platform for creativity. James Lin and Laurel Stewart for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Be sure to tune into TaiwanPlus for more stories from Taiwan and the world. Finally, we'll leave you with images of the world's biggest pumpkin. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care, and I'll see you next time.